Once upon a time, in a picturesque village surrounded by rolling hills, there was a flourishing cucumber farm owned by Mrs. Lan. Mrs. Lan was known for her meticulous care and dedication to growing the finest cucumbers in the region. Her farm, with its rich, fertile soil and abundant sunshine, provided the perfect environment for the cucumbers to thrive. Every morning, Mrs. Lan would rise with the sun and head to her cucumber fields. She carefully tended to the cucumber plants, ensuring they were well watered and free of pests. Her hard work paid off as the cucumber vines grew strong and healthy, producing an abundance of crisp, green cucumbers. When the cucumbers were ready for harvest, Mrs. Lan and her team of farm workers carefully picked each cucumber by hand, ensuring only the best ones were selected. The cucumbers were then washed and sorted according to size and quality. The finest cucumbers were chosen for export, while the rest were sold in local markets. The journey of the export quality cucumbers began with careful packing. The cucumbers were placed in sturdy crates, lined with soft padding to prevent any damage during transport. Each crate was meticulously labeled with information about the farm and the cucumber's origin, ensuring transparency and traceability. The packed cucumbers were then transported to a nearby distribution center. Here, the cucumbers underwent a final quality check to ensure they met the strict standards required for export. Once approved, the cucumbers were loaded onto refrigerated trucks to maintain their freshness during transit. The trucks transported the cucumbers to a large port where they were loaded onto a cargo ship bound for distant shores. The ship, equipped with state-of-the-art refrigeration systems, ensured that the cucumbers remained fresh and crisp throughout their ocean journey. As the ship sailed across the vast sea, Mrs. Lan's cucumbers were on their way to international markets. After several weeks at sea, the ship arrived at its destination port. The cucumbers were carefully unloaded and transported to a customs inspection facility. Here, the cucumbers were inspected by officials to ensure they met the import regulations of the receiving country. Once cleared, the cucumbers were transported to various distribution centers across the country. From these distribution centers, the cucumbers were delivered to supermarkets, grocery stores, and restaurants. Shoppers in distant cities marveled at the fresh, crisp cucumbers, unaware of the long journey these vegetables had taken to reach their tables. The cucumbers were enjoyed in salads, sandwiches, and as healthy snacks, bringing a taste of Mrs. Lan's farm to people far and wide. Mrs. Lan took great pride in knowing that her cucumbers were enjoyed by families around the world. The journey of her cucumbers, from her farm to international markets, was a testament to her hard work and dedication to quality. This journey not only supported her local community but also showcased the global reach of her small farm. And so, the story of Mrs. Lan's cucumbers continued, a tale of careful cultivation, meticulous preparation, and a journey across oceans to bring fresh, delicious cucumbers to tables around the world. The journey of the cucumber, from a humble farm to international markets, was a story of connection, dedication, and the universal love for good food.